And what did they look like?
I guess it's a pretty typical description nowadays. Very large eyes, hairless, two eyes, nose, mouth. I didn't see them speak or no change in the expressions.
Namaste, Ashe. This is Gabrielle or Omscorpius, your satanic gray witch here with a PickACard, okay? So this is related to our channeled message from the movie They Live, which is an awesome movie basically about the relationship between intelligent life and humans. The movie kind of portrays it in a grim way. You can take it in negative ways if, you know, but just follow the symbolism, and it's a really great concept. So check it out. But anyways, disclaimer, these videos are for healing and entertainment purposes. You know, PickACards, you just pick a card that connects with your energy. I'll give you a little description, let you look at the card, and you decide. You can listen to all three. These messages are timeless. You get them when you need them, so I hope you enjoy them. So, with all that being said, let's jump into our three piles because I'm quite excited, okay? So, the channeled message, I watched the whole movie, right? And there were three distinct energies within the movie, and the topic is basically the relationship between intelligent life and humans. And so throughout the movie and the tarot reading, there came these three oracles, and it's like three experiences happening in this relationship dynamic in the synthetic world that the intelligent life has created through forging this relationship with humans. The synthetic world is a way of forging that relationship. So we had the portal, we have the courageous, and then we have the 7 star sisters. So with the portal, this was for the people like within the matrix, the humans who are asking the right questions, who are taking that journey within. Because remember, in the channeled message, it was mainly about the elements of air and water, and you know, asking the right questions, exploring our emotions with the answers that we receive from those questions, or the insights that we receive, and the only way out is in. So there are opportunities, I feel like, throughout the movie where humans can know these truths if they ask the right question. And I think that's mainly like it's set up that way with the synthetic world. The synthetic world is basically a responding mechanism to our fears, insecurities, you know. Throughout the movie, that theme, you know, they fuel like their ego, their insecurities, and you know, pumping up the negative parts of us, the parts that we don't pay attention to. So those asking the right questions, who want to pay attention, who want to understand more, who want to know more than their comfort zone. The portal. Okay. And then the courageous. Now this was interesting. So throughout the whole movie, the intelligent life was definitely prominent, which was very beautiful, one singular thought and feeling, and that was the very distinct difference between the human conscious messages that I was getting throughout the movie, because it was very distorted. When I was feeling the perspective of a human in this relationship between intelligent life and humans, it seems like humans, you get a mix, a blend of different opinions and feelings and stuff like that. It doesn't feel like a singular. It's kind of distorted, you know, and I kept feeling like saying, like, everyone's experience is going to be unique. And so, but with the intelligent life, it was one singular, and the message for them was very consistent with their energy, ironically, which was to be seen. I feel like there's a need to be seen, like to be perceived by the humans, and really addressing the ways in which, you know, intelligent life basically has to like dehumanize us, to like keep distance emotionally, because there was an element of a narcissist and empath relationship where the intelligent life seems to be intelligent emotional intelligence. And so, you know, the ignorance of humans, I feel like, is part of our savagery, where we feel like emotions are weaknesses, but intelligent life can dissect their emotions in such a way that they can manipulate a whole nother species through those areas of mind and emotion. So it was like they wanted to be seen, but it was like in a mysterious way. I feel like mysterious, like with the whole enigma around intelligent life. But then also like to really tell the truth, because it seemed throughout the movie a sense of boredom with the relationship, you know, and it's like, it's just more intelligent life with intelligent life, not really to know the truth, I guess, you know. So I feel like this is for that type of energy, really maybe getting into like the cowardly action that came up with those shadows, with like how intelligent life forged the relationship with humans. Was it cowardly? Because it's like you stumble across a conscious being or entity, because it seems like we're dealing with entities and consciousness and not really like a physical thing. I feel like when we make things too physical, we miss the, you know, meaning. So they stumbled across like kind of a scattered entity and basically manipulated its weaknesses to like invade. And so this is They Live, okay? So this is not your normal message. I am a believer. If you're not, there's plenty of other videos you could be watching right now. But it's about just understanding how intelligent life is versus how we perceive them. So this is for them, all right? That is the courageous, to be seen, to let yourself be seen, not to be seen, and unique nature, multifaceted. Very beautiful energy throughout the message. And then our third pile is basically the Seven Sisters, which is like the flower of life. And this is for people who are not ready to leave basically the synthetic world, the cube. The people that choose their programming, they choose their limitations, they choose the perceptions and the emotions that are pre-programmed, pre-packaged, and makes them more predictable humans, calculated humans that you can put on a scoreboard and predict their next move. These are the ones that are really being manipulated in the Matrix, and it's kind of like utilized. And you know, let me back up, because in the video, this was like humbling, because it's something to do with the flower of life. These people play an intricate part basically to the fabrication, I feel like, of the synthetic world that intelligent life has made, but also to human consciousness in a way that I might not fully understand. But the card came out, and there's always like these two distinct energies of like people coming in and people coming out, like out and in. And then there's this middle energy and this intelligent life to be seen as basically the mediator of these two groups, two choices. The Seven Star Sisters, those who are not ready to leave. And it's kind of like saying, which I didn't expect this from the fucking movie They Live, that it's okay to, if you don't want to get out the synthetic world for whatever reason, or if you're just not ready to accept things that go beyond your level of consciousness, your level of awareness, your comfort zone, anything beyond your comfort zone, anything that is not familiar, it is okay. So we are going to start on the portal first. So, all right, can you see here? All right, so we have our little tray here where we're going to put our cards, okay? And I have the two demon cards here of the cowardly action with OC, and the light aspect, the dual aspect to the demon, is the angel, which was Nemea with discernment. So it's like in the movie They Live, it's humans lacking the discernment because they're not doing the inner work, even as a conscious being, to work together to even detect something foreign in their consciousness, you know, in the ethers, because we are like sick, and they're kind of like building into the holes of the entity. So it's humans' discernment in that relationship, and basically the responsibility of the intelligent life basically coming in a cowardly way, like being aware. So with the whole cattle thing, remember I was like, it was the first time I've ever been comfortable with almost saying cattle, because I'm not a slave cattle sheeple person. I kind of hate the concepts of it, and I wish there were less of us. But it's like, in the movie, the energy I got related to the cattle was kind of like, it's part of that emotional withdrawal, because the intelligent life shows a lot of emotional intelligence. So it's like humans are so monkey and primal and primitive that they assume that all force has to be physical. But intelligent life is reminding you that not all force is physical, and not all force is seen on the 3D. There's other elements other than earth that exist. You have earth, air, fire, and water, and you have a fifth, which is your spirit. So disregarding, like, I don't know, 5 elements for earth means you're really limiting your perspective. And they know that. They see that it's a being that's kind of sick. I call it sickness. It's like if an intelligent life can already detect that, and it's gotten here, and it's like, yeah, sick, but they took advantage of it, and it's like kind of, so our angel and demon. I'm gonna pick them randomly with each card, okay? So it was this one, Oshi and discernment and cowardly action, and then we have Bodis, the demon of atheism, and this is like the people who are part of the Matrix. So with the synthetic life, you have to see how some of these movies connect. With the Matrix, it's like the synthetic world in They Live, it was like eat, obey, consume, basically pumping their ego, make them feel important, basically where we're weak, where we think we're the center of the universe, but we're not. So like, keep them in the center of the universe, let's keep them in the cage, where they think they know everything, and everything feeds the things that they lack and creates more lack, so they stay stuck. And so it's like the atheism comes in, just not believing in intelligent life, like not believing beyond earth, and then you are out 5 elements, and then so that leaves a lot of holes for other intelligent beings that are utilizing their connection with the universe and all elements that are given to them to manipulate you in ways that are beyond what you can see, because the whole energy of the whole They Live channeled message was fucking air and water, 2 elements you cannot always see, mind and emotions. So their invasion is not seen. So the people in the synthetic world are like people at your job, 9 to 5. What you see, what you eat, what you consume on television, media, all that stuff feeds your atheism. They benefit from your not knowing. And then the light aspect, the angel to that, I cannot say that angel's name, I'm gonna say Lula, is revelation of this, of your atheism. Revelation of what you don't know is hindering what you could know. And it's like almost saying that like knowledge and growth stops, and it's knowledge and growth is never ending, it's forever. And I think it's like we just want to settle for some type of limitation, like there has to be an end to this, right? What if there isn't? You know, and then it's like, then you have to start picking, well, what are my limits? So it's never really a race, it's a marathon, because everyone's doing different things. As much as we try to make it a race, it's a marathon. And it's like the revelation with all of this. So I'm gonna pick either one with either card, so or on Portal. So I don't even know where I want to start, man. So I'm trying to keep it short and simple, and we're gonna pull shadow cards first with the Portal. This is the group that is asking the right questions, ready to explore themselves, the universe. We're calling upon our dark goddesses, queens, mothers, guides, ancestors of the divine dark kingdoms. What are the shadows for pile number 1 with Portal? It was asking the right questions. All right, let's see what we got. That was quick. 1, we're gonna keep it. We've got drama is what we don't see. So the drama surrounding asking the right questions, and like what that sparks when you start asking the right questions that start disturbing the synthetic world that's built to keep you caged. So we have Mayet, our African goddess of judgment. So the judgment that comes with realizing the truth of things, your truth. And when you start asking for truth and settling for lies, what the truth hurts, the lie is always sweeter, right? You can always take another lie and another lie, but the truth sometimes hurts, and it's usually something we don't want to know, you know? So there's the judgment that comes with that, with revelation. So I'm going to say revelation should be part of this, and this is the atheism. Bodhist, our demon of atheism. I don't want to believe that there is more to know than what is my comfort zone. And Lola, I don't know, with revelation, like once you push past your atheism, you start realizing, oh shit, you know, what do they say? The more you know, the less you know? Because knowledge is infinite. Why wouldn't it be? So that is our 2. Now we're gonna dig more into Mayet with our shadow cards, okay? I want to know the pain. Bring me directly to where it hurts, please. Let's just rip the band-aid off. I am your worst tarot reader, because I am like, sometimes just tell me the worst things, please, so I can just cry about it now instead of later. But okay, so where's the pain and this judgment and the revelation of asking the right questions and basically seeing how our atheism shattered into a million pieces with new information? All right, we're gonna keep that. And then we have here control, judgment again. So, and let's just see, let's just pour them all out. This is a lot. I didn't mean to pull this many. We got obsession, envy. Oh man, we gotta split these up. This is a mess. We got trauma. Oh man. Regret, rejection. Oh shit. How am I going to separate this? And more trauma. So we got trauma twice for people coming out. We have, I got to get some of these in order with the energy. So regret and envy. What's control and envy? What else? Rejection and judgment, and regret. So this is a lot of energy, and I'm just going to start on the 2 double traumas. Trauma is in there as the pain, which I think this is part of really those who are seeing how their consciousness is shattered, and they have a fractured psyche due to the system that has been given to us, handed down to us. And they want to do something about it. when pain begins, I think this is the point where pain begins to motivate you to change yourself or to make changes. Because you get, at some point, sometimes I feel like when it comes to darkness, and it can be so elusive sometimes, and you just sometimes be in a dark place, not even really know it, because of the ways in which we kind of shield ourselves from like feeling that pain. To be in a dark place is like, at some point you have to get sick of it. Just sick of it. And it's like a pain that just won't go away. That is the pain that is supposed to be motivating you. It's enough pain that it doesn't kill you, but just enough to irritate you even when you ignore it. It's a calling for change. And this is when I talk about like the one consciousness of human consciousness that I feel like we are so disconnected from. And I think it is actually because we're fractioned that we don't even know sometimes when our own consciousness is calling for help. It works through people to help you elevate. But because we're fractioned, we can't see everything. All the signs come differently for everyone, and sometimes people choose differently. And the free will really can fuck us up. Like, yeah, God gave us free will, but it's like it's like the one piece of responsibility, and it's really challenging sometimes, because it's like you'll be free to ruin yourself as long as you want and become unfixable. You know what I mean? Or like just really severely damaged out of choice. So like the fraction psyche of humans is a serious thing, and it's like it is a little bit spooky if we are supposed to be an entity, human consciousness, intermingling with other intelligent life that are entities consciously. Something is wrong. But those are the ones who see that. They see that within them. They see it within the world. They see it within the system, and it's like they choose not to. And it's like it becomes like this labyrinth obsession in your mind. And this is this irritating pain that even if you try to push it away, it's like it's still there. It's a calling. It's that one soul. It's something that in you knows that this is not right. What is that? In the beginning of the Matrix, you know, you can't see it, but you feel it. You feel it all the time, even as much as you try to act normal. And the labyrinth is basically you exploring that and understanding how the mind connects with the 3D world, how your mind and emotions are basically affecting how you're perceiving your 3D world. And what is 3D if there's a synthetic world built in your mind and emotions already? So what's real? And exploring that and going inside of yourself, because that is where the interdimensional relationship has been forged within human consciousness, in their mind and emotion. So exploring your mind, exploring these aspects, asking the right questions, and there's a lot of judgment, drama, and rejection with that, because I feel like the more you start answering questions, and like once you see something, it's hard to unsee it. You stop doing things that you used to do. When you're ready, you'll stop. It's like when you're ready to stop suffering, you'll stop doing things that cause suffering. When you're ready. And usually people keep doing it is because they're not ready. They don't want to, and that's the truth. Because of your will, that's your choice. But it's like, so with the judgment and coming to awareness of things, what stuff do you start to reject? It hopefully lies. And then there's like control over this. You know, I feel like this is coming from like outside forces. So like the atheism is like the things that are built into the synthetic world that is basically made to keep you in your limitations. The synthetic world isn't made to like really be uncomfortable. Even in the Matrix, the robots were like, humans are really complex. Like we have to, it's like a really intricate thing. Like we have to tinker it just right because they can't be too comfortable or too much in pain. So, but it's made to be comfortable. So like when you start fighting against that, it's going to like, it almost fights back. And it's like fighting is not really the answer in it because it's almost like a finger trap in the synthetic world that we're in. The more you struggle, the more it closes in, right? So there's another method, and I think it's in an area that's not seen. So I feel like there's some type of riddle here with this envy, regret, and control, but I feel like some of the regret is coming from, you know, the person seeing this and like, I don't know, there's regrets when you start realizing your life is a lie or things that you thought you knew isn't true, and there's like regret for like knowing. There's regret related to new things, new limits, new boundaries, new places. There's regret sometimes with change. With every pain, there's some regret, and that's a good thing. I mean, you know, reflection is good. Knowing where you fell, knowing where you messed up. Yeah. So, and then like the envy and control is like, I don't know, things should just keep, I feel like it's just energies to keep you in. So that was our pain. I'm happy we were able to get through that because I felt like that was a lot. So I'm gonna put these, I'm gonna leave them there. I don't know why I'm rushing. I'm gonna leave them there. Okay, let's leave them in the pot. I feel like I just don't want, I want to leave the energy in as it is. So now, maybe paint me a little picture, maybe. A little picture. And then we will get to, we've got 2 more cards, our Alien and Tarot, which is Stranger Things. We're going to continue on with the Stranger Things because those were good 2 cards in the main video. 2 groups coming in, coming out. Again, there was this consistent 2 groups coming in, coming out. So we're going to draw a picture of this energy of obsession with the question and trying to navigate between listening to the question to answer and like trying to like navigate through this synthetic world without being like caught up in it, you know. Okay, I need a few more picture, please. All right. So we have one night stand, secret admirer, realization. Okay, wait, that's good because that was their demon with Bodis, with realization came up again. So realization and independence. So I feel like realizing this is going to open new doors to like relationships. It like I said, it's beyond human to human. It's beyond Earth. This is like more than human, more options, more experiences, more than what you could imagine. I feel that energy heavily. So that's a really good message. And it's okay to want more. It's okay to ask the questions that have been bothering you and seeing, you know, what answers you get, where that leads you, and being brave enough to keep moving forward with that because it's an awakening. It's the truth. And I feel like through that awakening, you'll realize that you're not alone on the other side of that. You're not alone in that. And even in the movie, like, remember, there were like aliens, like interdimensional beings, like having relationships with humans. It was really a good movie, but weird energy because it's like, okay, we're your cattle, but you're fucking us. Like, we ain't all your cattle, okay? Because that's weird. All right. So And they were doing human stuff. Not only that, they were just going to the grocery store and like why are you doing human stuff? Why are you out here looking like a human? Like, even if they wanted, like, why, I don't know, like, why are you dressing like a human? I don't know. It was just, but so it's, you're not alone. It's just more out there. So, and again, the intelligent life has this aspect of emotional intelligence. So it won't be like human, you know, it won't be so like these atheists that you're used to inside the synthetic world that are kind of bland or kind of just programmed, and they'll be able to understand you in a way that maybe you're not being fed through people inside the matrix. And so that need for real connection on an emotional intelligent way, or in the way that you're asking the questions, because if you're the only one asking these questions and having these awakenings and the other people are kind of programmed to keep you comfortable, there's going to be a disconnect. You're expanding beyond your limits. So it's like there's a hunger there. There's something that needs to be satisfied, and it's like intelligent life will understand that. Intelligent life will be able to do that, and that's going to be a revelation. It'll be what you've been wanting. What I feel like humans are supposed to have, but they're sitting on untapped potential. Settling for Earth element 3D and excluding 5 other elements: air, fire, water, and spirit. Okay, I think that was 4. Sorry. Alright, but anyways, so let's go ahead and do our tarot, and then we're going to pull an Alien Octarian guide card, okay? Oh, I'm sorry. To finish this off, and I'm going to pull some charms, okay? We're going to do charms for this. So let's go ahead and get into the Stranger Things for, I guess, more drawing a picture. And so on the other side of fear, where is the light? On the other side of fear, where is the light? For those asking the right questions, having revelations about their reality and themselves. Ooh. So I'll pull these 2 since I saw them right away, and then hopefully we'll get like a 3rd one. I don't know why the shuffle is so bad right now. Alright. One more time now, please. Like a goop. Alright. The 3rd card, please. Some, oh no. Okay, there we go. That was more than just 1. Alright, we'll go with it. So the first 2 cards that I pulled out in my deck when it cut itself was these 2, okay? So this is the kid who was on the other side in Stranger Things. I forgot his name. I never forgot his name, but he was actually pulled into the Upside Down. And like he came out, you know, and he was kind of weirded out. Like he was weird after that. It did something to him. It changed him. And this is like basically the creatures that he saw on the other side basically breaking into this side. And so I get a sense of like what we seek is seeking us, and maybe it's like not always in the ways in which we expect them to. Okay, and then these we have some bravery here, and being proud, and I really get this sense of like being enthusiastic about, you know, exploring the labyrinth, exploring the synthetic world, exploring the questions that you have with confidence, and understand that asking for the truth is not a bad thing. Asking for the truth is not a bad thing, and there are actually beings and entities out here who like telling the truth for those who ask the right questions, those who really seek to know. Those who really seek to know, there is a way to find those answers. You know, and if it's as simple as just the truth of your life, that is the first step in basically opening doors within the synthetic world and exploring your mind and emotions. How do I fit in the universe? How do I feel about more than this? How do I feel about intelligent life? The emotions is how you feel. It's not what you love, it's how you feel. So it's like, it's actualization. Your lower chakra basically meeting up with like your perception, you know, your third eye, with how you see and think about the world and perceive the world. So you have to realize how you feel about yourself and how you fit in the world can inevitably affect how you see it, and vice versa. And really, I feel like it's the secret to the synthetic world. That's where the distortion is. That, I feel like that is where human consciousness as an entity, that's where a lot of their distortion is within their perception and how they feel about their place in the world. Because in the whole movie, what They Live, how do they want humans to feel? Self-centered, comfortable, like a know-it-all, make them feel important, make them feel special. And it's like, maybe God complex is not thinking that you're the center of the world. Maybe it is the humility to know that you are not that important, and there are a billion trillion stars the universe has provided. We are just one of those many, many limitless stars. And it's like the arrogance is our weak points. So perceiving your trauma and your pain and not being happy with it and wanting to like understand that within how you feel about yourself and how you think about yourself and the world, how you feel about yourself in the world, and that is step one. So that is beautiful. So let's quickly pull our Atlantean Octarian Ancestor Guardian Guide Oracle and see what they have for our beautiful portal people who are asking the right questions. What messages do we have for the explorers of the labyrinth? What messages do we have for the explorers of the labyrinth? I see an eye here. So the eye never wanted to change. This is alchemy, the philosopher's stone, infinity, destiny, and magic. So I feel like the distortion within the 3D world and the synthetic world with humans is a lie. It's based off of this limiting rat race, kill or be killed, primal thing, because that's where humans are mainly comfortable. But intelligent life doesn't have to come in that way. Like, not all force is physical, but if you are kind of a primitive, distorted being sitting on potential, mind you, and that's where, you know, alien invasion is inevitable because we're sitting on potential. We're still acting like monkeys and not doing the work that we have to do, that I feel like is, I don't know why we're like this. I really don't. I have asked that question and I have not found an answer. We are like that though, and I feel like humans are distorted where all the philosophy, the destiny is going to be very unique. Okay, everyone's going to have unique experiences because collectively human as an entity is not ready for a collective experience. So that's why it's unique experiences. That's why it's like a gateway, it's a portal. It's like it can only fit you. And it's a portal into yourself, because that's where the synthetic world was built into. You. So, is that the only one that wanted to come out? Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So that was beautiful. I hope you loved it. I was a little shocked that was it, but that was beautiful. I like it. In and out. In and out. So, yes. Let's pull our charms, and we're almost done with this beautiful portal pile, okay? Okay. We got a nice pile there. We got a feather. So ancestors are with you, guides and guardians are with you. My little, oh God, can you see it? It's a feather. Okay, ancestors, guardian, guides are with you. Ancestor message, maybe guardian message. We have some anchors here, which I always see anchors as like, almost like compasses. They make me think of compasses. So where are you going, you know, like where are you going? And remember, what did they say, the wake of the boat does not push the boat. Don't look back. There's something about that too. And I don't think you can go back once you go forward. We have the Eiffel Tower here, a higher perspective. I always get that with this charm. We have a heart here, so you are loved. This is okay. On the other side, there is love. Like I got the intelligent life going to be freaking, okay? And that came. There's still love here. We have another feather, but a wing with flight, and that could be like that, you know, intelligent life connection too, because they're winged. They're usually, aliens are usually, intelligent life is usually associated with flight, which I feel like freedom of the mind, actually. Again, I think sometimes we take symbolisms too literally, so we're thinking like birds and shit, or airplanes, or UFOs, but what if it's just mind? Powers of the mind. We have a leaf, so I always say that it's turning a new leaf, which is, you know, asking the right questions, going through new ways, exploring the labyrinth, finding new paths, is turning a new leaf. And I feel like it always will turn, so keep going. There's a lot of things to learn. It doesn't stop. Knowledge is limitless. We have some charms here with warrior and faith. Warrior and faith. Okay, I feel like some of the warrior could be a bit of you. It could be a bit of your guides that you have that are warriors. Galactic warriors are pretty awesome. We have grace and miracle. I feel grace like God and a miracle. I feel like sometimes when I was watching the movie that the intelligent life, when they came here, even though it's with the cowardice action, I know I keep saying that, don't be irritated, but it's like, even though it says it, I felt like the synthetic world, when it was created, I don't feel like it was all manipulation. I feel like humans would be really reactive to realizing that and basically understanding they were infiltrated. And but it's like, I feel like what they built was kind of like to help fix whatever this distortion is that is in us. But so that's where like the grace and the miracle, because it's like with grace you made it, or something like that, or like it's a miracle that you made it, or you made it out, because I don't think it's easy for you to realize the synthetic world within mind and emotion. Maybe it's a really good program. But anyways, so, and then we have one more charm here, which is dream. So these are the dreamers, you know, your dreams, you know, those pains, that scratches in the back of your head asking you to do things, you know, it's not just nothing. And I think sometimes, remember I was like, I think part of the reason why humans would be oblivious to intelligent life is because we don't even really observe how beautiful human intelligence is. Like, it really is a beautiful thing how human mind works, how the unconscious and conscious mind basically work together, and how like angels and demons are like aspects of mind. It's really beautiful. Our mind is beautiful, and it's like what a waste of a mind. Like, we better learn to think while it's free, or while we can, because once it's taken away, it's like we basically wasted a beautiful gift. So we have an owl, we have 3 owls. Oh my god, how many owls we got? 3 owls. That could be ancestors, that is wisdom, that is guides. We got 3 owls. We got a flower here. I'm trying to separate these things and make it make sense for me. We got the little, what is this? Is that a rabbit? So we have the white rabbit, which I thought of Alice in Wonderland. So the best part about Alice in Wonderland, it was basically like everything was in her mind. It was basically her going into an upside down world that basically manifested all of these characters that were just representations of her. And then in the upside of the world, everyone around us is just a representation of what is already inside of us. So she had to go on that journey within to understand without. Follow the white rabbit. And the 3 owls here, I want to show you. Hold on, let me make sure. Oh, we got another rabbit. 2 rabbits. So I'm going to grab them because I want to draw attention to the white rabbit. You know, who was Neo's white rabbit in the Matrix? Was it Morpheus or was it the chick? So, hold on, we got some flying and bugs here. I want to make sure I touch what I can. 3 owls. Isn't that great? All right, 3s, all things come in 3s, the 3 fates. Okay, maybe your 3 guardians, 3 fates. Everyone knows the 3 fates, whether they know it or not. And in a way, they are some type of guardian of us. You know, have you talked to them lately? But anyways, so yeah, 3s, mind, body, and spirit, trinities. Yeah. Okay, and wisdom and nighttime. Okay, and then these rabbits, I am not lying, bro. Look at this. 2 rabbits. This rabbit looks weird. He's got like holding yarn or something. 2 rabbits. So definitely follow the white rabbit. It's the question. It's the question. Okay. Alright, and we have a flower hanger. I feel like hanging up something. Hanging up the past. Hanging up your mistakes. Hang it up. I'm getting that voice. Hang it up. Hang it up. Whatever needs to be hung up. Whatever is not in season for you, for this portal opening. Maybe new clothes, new something. Okay, organizing, newness. And we got an elephant here with the trunk up, and this is family, and I feel like there is family on the other side. I also get family with the owls too. There's definitely family on the other side. Maybe you realize that your family is bigger than human. You know, maybe humans have like family members outside of, you know, like shit, if we're all children of the universe, aren't we all fucking related in one way or the other? Our one common denominator would be the universe. So, alright, and then we got the pony with the stagnant pony. I didn't want to touch on it, to be honest. I hate these damn ponies, but this pony, I don't know what the stagnation is. It's like, don't like do too much. I don't know, like I feel like don't worry. Don't tire yourself out with asking questions, because I feel like there is so much to know. And it's almost like just enjoy your time, like swinging in the breeze. You know, and I feel like exploring your mind, you don't really have to go that far to do that. Okay, and we have a seashell with water, emotions, ancestors here. And then we've got a little bee, I think, and a butterfly. I put those aside because they had wings. We do have a lot of wings here, with, you know, mind again, and I feel like with the butterfly, transformation, and then with that bee, I don't know, like getting honey, or like, you know, gathering, or hive minds, or, you know, understanding there's other hive minds that you can connect with that is not just human. Okay, and and we have 4 owls, guys. I just found another one, and another bee. So definitely with hives, oh my god, hives and stuff, and the evil eye. People within the synthetic world that are built to keep you in there, they're basically programmed to do that. So don't take it personal, really. They, you know, we have 4 owls. Okay, I found another one. 4. So heavy on family and wisdom and guides. And remember that movie, the Close Encounters of the Fourth Kind? What was it? No. It was The Fourth Kind, where with Mila Jovovich, and she was in Alaska, and the aliens appeared in the window as owls, white owls. Yeah, that's some scary shit, right? And they were like, we are gods, and it was like, shit you can't control, don't be afraid. Alright, so that is all we have for this one. We have the hematite, which being a magnet. I feel like literally exploring your mind is going to shift your signal and you'll become a magnet. Okay, yeah, so that was all. I just want to make sure I got everything. I'm pretty sure I did. There was a lot, more than what I thought, but we did it all. So this is our portal group. I hope you loved it. I think the charms are beautiful. It was a beautiful closing. This was beautiful, and I really love the energy with this one. It's just very calm, welcoming, and almost like finally, or I was wondering when you were gonna come through. So it's like familiar. Alright, so let's go ahead and clean this one up. Pile number 1 with the portal. I hope you got good messages. Please hit that like button. I do appreciate it. Okay. Alright, so I'll just shuffle this up real quick. Shuffle. Maybe do it like 4 times. These cards are thick. Okay. These cards say thick. I don't know what that is. It's like, you know, cardboard. It's like cardboard. Alright. Cardboard sheets. Alright, so let's get the shadow cards cleaned up. We're gonna move to our intelligence light pile. Alright, let's go. Our drama with our drama mermaid, okay? The drama that will ensue when you start having revelations and saying rejections to your comfort zones, and the judgment that comes along with revelation is choice, self-reflection, and growth. Growth hurts. So we are done pile number 1 with portal. Okay? It says doorways are opening, you decide, rewards, wild card. Awesome. Alright. So now it's time for our 3rd pile, which is our intelligent life, to be seen, the courageous choice. Oh, isn't that funny? Courageous is the card, and the demon shadow was cowardly behavior. So I think that should be the energy demon in this one, okay? I'm sorry. I know y'all don't like it, but I think because you don't like it, maybe we need to talk about it. Maybe we can like love it a little bit after we talk about it, you know? So I'm gonna choose the OC, the beautiful panther with cowardly action for the courageous ones who want to be seen for the truth. It's not just to be seen, just to be seen. I mean, it can be, but I feel like mainly this energy is about the relationship between intelligent life and humans, and what parts we play in that relationship, with helping the relationship grow and not letting it just get stagnant in this old system of lies, and seeing how pathetic humans have become in the system of lies, and they haven't really grown, and the courageous ones within the system that have grown, and it's like, just if you want more, do more, you know. And I feel like the intelligent life wants more. I can't help but to feel that, or I wouldn't say it. I feel like, of course, there's always people who like how things are because it's comfortable, but it's like there's a want for more, and this is for you who want to be seen for the truth. And maybe we can include just to be seen, you know, because maybe someone just won't be seen. You don't know. Okay, and the light side of the cowardly action is discernment, which was basically like humans, and I feel like in a sense it can also be with intelligent life, because the energy was very discerning with humans. Intelligent life was very aware of humans. Humans were the ignorant ones in this dynamic. So, pile number 2. Alright, and we're putting OC down. Okay, I like this dynamic. I wonder who's going to get in the tapestry of life with the ones who want to stay. I'm curious. I didn't expect that little pattern, but it seems to work. So I was wondering how I was going to do that. Alright, so with our pile number 2, we've got our card here. So let's go ahead right in and get our demon card. Oh, not our demon card. Our dark goddesses, mothers, queens, and goddesses for the collective, for the intelligent life to be courageous, to be seen within the synthetic world that they created. I saw Medusa with appearances, so I feel like it's not what it appears to be, because Medusa was prosecuted. Okay. So remember, in They Live, the dynamic in relationship is narcissist and empath. Humans, as the narcissists, tend to blame before understanding. So that's why Medusa would be there. Then the back, we have revenge with DT. So with this one, I felt distinctly like with intelligent life, in the movie, the message was mainly like the emotional withdrawal towards humans, and I distinctly remember saying that I didn't think the emotional withdrawal was because they are incapable of understanding or connecting with us emotionally. It's for their protection. It's a strategic move to prevent being vulnerable to us, and I feel like it's not only to protect themselves, but maybe like a warning to us with when they do emotionally react instead of respond. It's not good. So, and you know, in the movie They Live, again, not trying to take it to a dark place, but you know, that message was very clear even in the movie, and I tried consciously to not take it to a dark place because I like intelligent life. So the message in the movie came up twice with fighting is like inevitable, like the fighting is futile to fight. They said it in the beginning of the movie, basically like when they had found the box of sunglasses and they were like, you know, freaking out because there's aliens, and we're like, hey everybody, there's fucking aliens, and like they basically, the intelligent life had already gotten the whole fucking police department to go there and like kill everybody. And that's like the dark, catastrophic behavior that they are trying to avoid with a species that has a lot of risk for violence. to lean towards violence. And so the resistance is futile came up again in the movie in the end, where the guy was about to shoot the moon satellite, and the girl who was the double agent, she was like, don't do it, you can't win. And so again, the movie, it was pushing in, and even when I was doing the tarot cards, it was pushing in. So I'm like, I think the withdrawal of emotion is dualistic. It's for both. Now we have the main one that came out is trickery. This is the shadow of trickery. So Inara. I feel like intelligent life is multifaceted. And I think because they are more aware of their mind and their connection with the universe, because they came in a way where they utilize what we cannot see against us. So they are masters of mind, master manipulators of mind and emotion. We need to, humans, something beyond what you don't know, something beyond what you know could do some things that you might think brute force is the only force, but that's intimidating to me. So calculating a way in where I let you in, and it's like, what just happened? You know what I mean? So they're very tricky, and I feel like their shadows, I don't get like they don't understand their shadows. I think they are very maybe difficult to understand, because it's a different type of consciousness, and all we know is our human consciousness. I don't know if every conscious being in the universe has the same functions as humans. I don't know that answer. If someone else does, I don't think it would, but maybe. So I just think they're complex. That's what I'm getting. And it feels like the trickery is like more like aimed at us. I feel like with both of these, it doesn't feel like this is something that internally is something that disturbs them, which I normally get when I do shadow cards. It's your shadow trying to tell you something about yourself. I feel like these are shadows that are utilized to protect the entity. So it's like utilizing their shadows for what they're for, which is to guard and protect. So it seems like a defense. So that's kind of spooky. Didn't see that coming. That energy came out. So that's cool though. Let's roll with it. All right, so where's the pain in this trickery? Thank you. Where is the pain in the trickery? Where is the pain in being seen? The pain in this relationship with humans? Where is the pain in the defensiveness with humans and to be seen? The pain related to actually being seen, because I said something in there, because I watched, and it's like, if humans are self-centered and all they know is themselves, how can they ever really recognize you? Alright, namaste Ashe, we are back. So we're dealing with some technical issues with the phone, so we're going to try to get this out as fast as possible. So we have the pain in the darkness. The first one we have here is betrayal. So with betrayal, in the movie They to Live, it was very obvious that intelligent life wanted humans' loyalty and trust. It was like a question, like, these guys need to know if they can trust us with their life, with their truth, with like really knowing the truth about the relationship, because again, in the narcissist and empath paradigm, human consciousness, entity, whatever, kind of falls into this narcissist paradigm where attacking without understanding is almost definite. And of course, with the intelligent life, it's almost definite that any type of resistance against them will be futile. So betrayal is here. Okay, and then we also have trauma, attachment, and resistance. Okay, so here I'm seeing specifically, even though it's coming from the intelligent life side, I feel like their pain, because their shadows seem defensive, I think their main issue is with us. with to be seen, to deal with the cowardly action is to tell the truth. But then in that, I feel like the consequence is our anger, our reaction towards telling the truth, which is very strange. I'm asking for the pain, and I'm getting more like the pain that is in the shadow of trickery with these defensive shadows is it's like a concern for how to deal with this. You know what I mean? Because again, in the movie, intelligent life, let's repeat it, they did come in intelligently, but just because they didn't use violence and they chose a unseen method with air and water that to infiltrate us, doesn't mean that they don't have violence. So that's very interesting. And it's basically like, I feel like with the cage with attachment and the resistance, which is another fucking cage, it's like a prison cell, is literally us like feeling like this is something to fight for. Like them coming out and saying that this cage that you're in is really a cage that we fabricated, it's not real, and like basically removing the cage in order for you to forge a real relationship. We're in there looking like this. So I feel like it's just concern with the damage that comes along with being caged up the way we have been, and like sitting in that cage and just sitting in a fractioned psyche the whole time. So that's unusual. And so we have some more pain cards on the other side. Hopefully this touches the demon. I didn't mean to say demons, the intelligent life. Okay, immediately I see desire and anger. So I feel like this is more touching on the intelligent life with their desire. I feel like dealing with us sometimes it's like walking in the desert and looking for some form of life or nutrition. Isn't that sad? In that relationship, I feel, because it felt like their intelligent life throughout the movie they live felt disappointed in us, and kind of like just like it's just they don't do anything with the water that they do have if you can find it. And so it's like dealing with us is a hassle. So, but it's like they still desire it, but it's like it's gonna be like walking in the desert trying to find some form of life with this truth. I think it's a message of saying, maybe, I'm not trying to sound harsh, but maybe as far as human consciousness, there's more dead cells than there are actually alive. And then the anger that comes with that, with them, this is the intelligent life. The pain is this anger, this withdrawal of emotions to basically dehumanize us so that they can deal with us being not cattle, but like this intelligent being sitting on all this potential and acting, choosing to act like livestock. And for another intelligent life to see that, I feel like part of the retraction of emotion is because the anger and the disappointment with viewing that and seeing how much we choose our own grave sometime, our own death, our own weaknesses, our own limitations, instead of really knowing the truth. So like imagine like someone like cheating on you in a relationship and actually wanting to tell you the truth because they want to salvage the relationship, and then it's like you prefer the lie. You prefer when they were keeping it in the closet. You know how that might make someone angry if they genuinely want to tell the truth? Consider that, instead of being reactive, consider how intelligent life may actually feel versus how we perceive they should be or feel. Okay, and then we have stagnation and insecurity. Okay, so I immediately am going to the insecurity because I feel like this is where intelligent life, the pain in their shadow is with the anger, the insecurity, and the desire for more in the relationship. But the topic is the relationship dynamic between intelligent life and human life that has already been forged. they have insecurities around it. I feel like it's like, if this being can't even recognize their own potential, how can they ever see me for who I truly am and my potential? And this particular being right now sees themselves as the center of the universe. And what if that's false compared to them? So it's like this whole, just, how are humans going to deal with the fucking lie they've been fed, and how are they going to accept the truth after absorbing a lie for so long that they think it's truth and it's really not? And it's like the one who wants to tell the truth finally is kind of like, come on now, you know what I mean? Like, just disappointed. Like, why are you playing games? Like, I'm done playing games now and you still want to play. You know what I mean? So this is, I feel like, their shadow with us in this dynamic. With the consequences with being seen is the anger that they're going to feel when, I don't know, we reject it or act nutty about it. The insecurity that was already there. It's like probably stuff they already know what we're going to do, and we just end up doing it. Like, most empaths can kind of predict the emotional pattern and action people are going to do, and it's just with a sense of disappointment. Hope for the best, but more often than not, people choose what you think they're going to choose because they're programmed. And then again, being stuck in this stagnant relationship. You know, one thing that really shocked me with watching They Live again, because the movie has a really dark depiction of what intelligent life is that I was feeling more like their real pain, like, towards us. And it's like, they know that the relationship is stagnant. Keeping it the way it is in this particular system there's no future in it. And I think they know that. And it's like the anger associated with this stagnant relationship, like wanting to evolve it, but it's like the other party doesn't want to, doesn't know how, and won't put the effort towards. And it's like they feel some type of way about it. Alright, so before we go into another cards, I'm gonna have to deal with this phone thing, okay? Namaste, Ashe. I am back after long aggravation with the camera. So we have it so we can hopefully get through these last two cards. So let's paint a picture on top of this pane with basically coming out and saying to be seen, and kind of just dealing with the narcissist and the intelligent life in a human-like relationship, which is humans. Their reaction to us, because they're not going to respond. More than likely, more of them than not are going to react. Alright, so let's see what our picture is in this situation. I need a few cards so I can see the picture. Alright. So, looks like the ones I can see are keeping secrets and... oh, where was the one? Was it surrender? Surrender. Was it this one? Okay, it was this one. Sorry, I picked up the wrong card. Keeping secrets and missing you, thinking of you. So, again, I really do think this is like that affection towards humans. Intelligent life, because it's more connected with the universe, it grants them certain abilities with being able to basically read and connect with the consciousness of other entities that are present in the universe, and that includes humans. So they already knew, like an empath in the narcissist relationship, where the narcissist is unhealed. But it's not that the narcissist can't feel, it's because they don't know how to process their thoughts and emotions, so they outsource. Intelligent life sees that. And so they see that we're broken, they see that we're fractured, they see that we have a shattered consciousness dealing with trauma, not healing it, and so, you know, they just pull back, but they still, there's like a sense of missing and loving us still. And it's like the secrets is like what I had to do to basically deal with you and your shit. It is manipulation. There's no way around intelligent life invading humans not being manipulation. But again, it's like, how are we going to respond to that? Like, are we going to act like primitive animals who are just reactive, which is how we've always been, or realize that this intelligent life has already integrated And literally the only option we have is to be intelligent about it. But if you want to be in a primitive monkey animal in your damn animal mind and react and do that, whatever. But there's consequences to that. So that's the first two things I see. And then I accidentally flipped freedom. So I feel like freedom is right on the other side of these keeping secrets, you know? Right on the other side of fear, right on the other side of what you don't know is freedom. Understanding that you were limited, understanding that what you knew was temporary, and there's still much more to learn. I think I had pulled that from an alien message that, you know, you can rest your mind to know there is always something more to learn. And literally, your comfort zone is where you put your limits at on yourself. Like, okay, I have learned enough in this moment in my life, at this time, at this phase, and you just settle and accept it for what it is. Don't call it anything else. Don't call it freedom, because that it's settling, but it's you settling for your comfort zone. That's what it is. It's not freedom, because you're not really free, because you're still living within your bounds. But that's comfort. That's not freedom. It's a difference. It's complacency. Not to be harsh, but it is. So, and then we have two that flew over here with more love with soulmate. So there's thinking of you and soulmate, and this is right like in unexpected. So I feel like the epiphany, the God striking lightning on your fucking head is knowing that when you accept and realize and are ready for the truth of intelligent life already coexisting with humans, it's the relationship is not going to be what you think it is. Like, you're probably going to think it's Independence Day. I did. Like, they're going to kill us! And the unexpected reality is that they are a soulmate and they miss us. That if they are a brother or sister or androgynous, or however you want to compare it to the universe and all universal relationships, we are all one unisong, universe, unisong, okay? There's no way of getting around that. We like to, you know, cling on to our individuality and our uniqueness so much that we make ourselves the center of the fucking universe, not understanding that by being self-centered like that, you make yourself smaller, and you close out and fight and misunderstand and fear things outside of what you know. But it's the fucking universe. Every day there's more for you to not know. Okay? Like, knowledge is infinite. Why should knowledge be limited? Like, why do we think these things? Why? So it's kind of like the unexpected reality is that they are soulmate. They are a soul tribe. Any intelligent life outside of human is like a cousin, brother, or whatever. It's part of the cosmic family, the universe, okay? It's bigger than just the humans. It's bigger than just Earth. It's bigger than just America. It's bigger than that. Much, much bigger than your boundaries, your comfort zones. So the unexpected realization in this is, what was our demon card? I'm drawn to it with cowardly action is discernment and understanding that, you know, there's more to know. There's more family out there, and they're all different, and so it's really discerning who is your flavor and who's not. Intelligent life has already been doing that with us. They're the ones in the relationship who are aware that there's differences and are okay with it. We're not. That's why we have the synthetic world that we're put inside of a little box to self-reflect. Okay, so whether we know it or not, but they already know these things. So the unexpected reality, the unexpected result of learning this is like, hey, we've been here, we've been waiting on y'all. Y'all are the ones who've been sleeping on us. So that's pretty cool. That was our picture. Now I am going to go to I'm losing count of our order here. I'm pretty sure I'm doing Alien, Octarian, Guide, Guardian, Insight in the Intelligent Life, who's ready to come out. I'm coming out. I want the world to know, got to let it show. Na, 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 na. Yes, the ones that are ready to be seen. What advice do we have from our Octarian, Atlantean, guardians, guides, and ancestors for those who are ready to be seen and really just dealing with the kind of shift in the relationship with humans once the truth is out there? All right. So I have one at the top that she never wanted to leave. This is Syrians. Syrians are a very known intelligent life race from the, I don't know where they're from, but I'm aware of the Syrians. I don't know a lot about them, but I'm aware of them. They are beautiful, okay? You can usually notice them from their head, their foreheads. So, Syrians, artistic integrity and honesty. I am not a lie, bitch. Alright, I am not a lie. We ain't playing tricks today. So, honesty on the other side of cowardly action, on the other side of, we have lies in here. On the other side of lies is honesty. And I just found another card in here with the pictures. I guess I missed some of them. We got home and foundation. The integrity of being home. I feel like another unexpected epiphany is that we don't, as the narcissist in the relationship, in the paradigm, we need to consider the empath's feelings, because narcissists don't consider other people's feelings because they have unaddressed feelings, and so they're really trying to get people to confirm what they feel, so they really don't care about how you feel. They're just using you as like an echo chamber. Okay, so but in that relationship, humans really need to like understand that intelligent life in that relationship, the reason why they're saying don't fuck this up after I tell you the truth is because I've made this my home. I've made you my family. And again, the cattle shit is just to deal with our bullshit. Like every dysfunctional fucking family, you just gotta, if you wanna be around them, sometimes you gotta figure out ways how to deal with them. And I feel like one of the ways they figure out how to deal with us is withdrawing emotions and just, you know, calling us fucking cattle just to deal with us, because it's like, that's what we act like. It's almost like making fun of us to our face, and hopefully we'll realize, but we never do. We get offended instead of rising to the challenge. I'm not cattle. Well, prove it. Prove it. Because you're acting very cattle-like. And if they really thought we were cattle, we would all be in obvious jail cells. But instead, we're given this synthetic world that plays into our comforts, our egos, and basically keeps us complacent. We're complacent slaves. So it's like, it could be worse. Someone could be beating our ass right now, okay? But no one's beating our ass. Not really. But if it's feeding into the holes in our psyche and our mind and in our emotions about how we feel about ourselves, and pumping up our egos and shadows in such a bad way, it is kind of poisonous too. But that's not really their fault. That's just us. It's the box. It's the fucking mirror. It's the synthetic world. If you can't reflect on yourself, I guess you're just gonna rot in what you won't fix. It's like tough love in a sense. So this is the foundation. And part of it is like, I feel like they want more, they're disappointed, and it's like wanting more and telling the truth, and it's like, how are humans gonna respond? And it's just like, this is our home. Like, you are still like my brother, sister, cousin, whatever they are to us. Like, you know what I mean? So there's a sense of family here. There's a sense of family here, and we get that again with soulmate and with all of this love. There's a sense of family. It's a cosmic family that humans are, just because they're so fucking, what's the word? They're so sheltered and so self-centered that they're just not ready to it's like some spoiled child that can't accept that they have like other cousins that are talented and gifted. Like, it's given me like Dudley in Harry Potter, how Dudley just hated Harry Potter because he was fucking different. And it's like, Dudley, you're really not all that great yourself, man. Like, so like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, you're making it worse by acting like a prick. So that's where we need to get out of our Dudley. Like, Dudley could do better if he would be better, but he doesn't. So I feel like with Syrians, what the message is just It's the truth. You're not gonna lose anything. Telling the truth is not a bad thing. It's only a bad thing for people who can't handle it and who prefer a lie. But in the whole universal bigger picture of it all, telling the truth is going to release you from what is boring. Telling the truth, lying to yourself like that really has consequences as far as like how we feel, because the truth, you can't run away from it. You can't get away from it. It's still there even when you're lying. It's like, and it festers. It's something about lying can have like an opposite effect on us. But there's nothing wrong with the truth. It's just people who can't handle it. That is the problem. People like to think it's the lies that's the problem, but what's really the problem is that when people finally tell you the truth and you still don't accept it. That is bigger of a problem than of you being fed a lie that you believed. Because hopefully a truth would set you free. It's something about being free and being a slave. And some people, sadly, prefer to be slaves, so they prefer lies. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the negative effect it has on us, because lying kind of feeds like someone who's supposed to be free slave food to like keep them docile and complacent. And if your soul is meant to be one with the universe, you're not meant to be small, whether you're intelligent life or human life. You're not meant to be small. If we're all children of the universe, why are we fucking playing these stupid games on ourselves, selling ourselves short? Why? It's only when we start making these fabricated realities that we start doing things outside of natural order, when the universe made none of us small. And we choose to be small. We make realities to be small in. That's fucking weird. It's like you going against your nature to be great, to be lesser than. And I think that's why they fucking call us cattle. They fucking with us. First time I've ever had that look, and I split the deck. We have Venus with love. So it's like they love us, and they're like, when I tell you the truth, and if you start acting like a crazy nut, I'm gonna fuck your ass up. Alright? Because this is our home too. We love you too. If they didn't give a shit about us, they would have left us a long time ago. But the fact that they haven't says a lot about their loyalty, which is something that they question us. Like, we don't have any fucking loyalty because we don't even understand our placement in the universe. We don't know up from down, left from right, in a more bigger scheme, bigger than human, bigger than America, bigger than Earth. Do we really know our place in the universe? No, sometimes people don't even think that big. So that's beautiful. Thank you so much, my Atlantean, Octarian, Guardians, guides, and ancestors. So we're gonna pull some charm cards and move on to our final pile. I'm so excited to edit this video because it started acting up on pile number 2, which kind of made it longer than expected recording. I'm gonna try not to get a shit ton. Oh my god, I see a handcuff. I'm pulling it because I see the handcuff, dog. I see the handcuff. We got a whale tail. These are the big white whales, the big killer whales. There are such majestic creatures, these intelligent lives just swim. You know those cool pictures of the universe and the whales are floating in the background of the universe? These are our whales. I feel like it's something like there's the universe and then you get these whales and like other, I always see sea creatures when I think of the universe. I think the universe is like water or something like that. Don't come for me. It's my understanding. And they are the whales. I feel like that is like the other intelligent lives that we run into when we do universal travel. There are whales out there, you know? So it's beautiful. It's a metaphor. Don't get so 3D on the whale thing, please. So, and so I want to get that handcuff. Freedom! Freedom! Freedom or slavery. to what I don't know and what I choose. Freedom. So I feel like they feel cuffed up. I feel like also cuffing us like marriage. They cuffed us in a relationship, little do we know. Okay, it was unbeknownst to us that we were cuffed. But it's open, so it's like, all right, it's a little bit of space for you to see, but don't go too far. That's what it seems like. I think this is how they feel about us, maybe. Shit, some of us might feel that way about them, like, whoa, 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 ho, ho. Don't go too far, bitch. All right? I don't know what's out there, okay? You're telling me you're opening a cage and you want me to step into space? I don't know about that. And then you start, I might want to be a slave, you know, like you start questioning. There's a lot of space. I'm more impressed. I'm like, and you did all this and you're just one of many intelligent lives? I don't know if I can handle what's out there, because like, what the fuck? I didn't even know you were here. So what else can they do? You know, without physical 3D force? Are you serious? Yeah, freedom. There's a lot of things coming up with this one. All right, so we have hope, blessed, brave. Those are our 3 charms. We had a lot of charms in pile number 1, like a crap ton fell out. Hold on. Blessed, hope, and brave. I feel like this is for the intelligent life. They are blessed. We are blessed to have them, that they did this. I mean, some of us may not feel that way because it was manipulation, but like, we were a distorted being. And I feel like that has something to do with sickness. So in a way, their presence is here to help us, but it's not without cosmic lessons on the person getting the help, if you're deserving of the help that you receive. When God comes knocking at your door and you open the door and it's a situation you didn't expect, an unexpected relationship, situation, and event, how do you respond to that? Sometimes we shoot ourselves in the foot, let's be honest. So I think we're blessed to have them. They are renewed hope for humanity, that there is more to life than just your human existence. Your 9 to 5. What's Susan wearing tomorrow? Okay? Who won the game? They are hope that there is something beyond our mundane life. They are the hope that there is more to this existence than just human reality. It's a beautiful message. They are hope, and maybe in a sense we are some type of hope for intelligent life. The hope that we will get better, the hope that we will evolve, the hope that we will be ready to accept their truth, not our perceived perception of them, which is just like, it's like oppressing them. It's like I know, be like this. That's what you're saying when you come at people with assumption and preconceived perceptions of them. You are pushing your opinion on them. But the hope that we as humans will actually be open to the truth and accepting them and understanding them. I think they still have hope for that, and the bravery that comes along with telling the truth, and how I feel like discernment is going to be when you step out of that cowardly action and start telling the truth and stop with the lies. There's going to be more discernment, because you're going to have some people who hate humans who are going to hate you, and then you're going to have some humans that are going to love you. You're going to have some that are scared. It's just, and you guys already know it's going to be a blended reaction, and it's like, be brave in that shift in the relationship, because telling the truth is always going to shift the reality. Always. So it was never a bad thing to be telling the truth. It was how people respond and react to it, and we can't control that, so we have to be brave. We have no other option. And then we have the unicorn, which I'm going to put with the whale because there's something mystical, majestic, alien about them. We have the elephant with family. We have the dragonfly, which is more magic and mystical. We have the four-pointed star, which I feel like is protection and utilizing all the elements that the universe has given us to work with. Earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. Not just earth. There's more to life than what you see, what you touch. There's more to life. You've got 5 fucking elements. Alright? And more. So this is our magical, mystical group, these beings of power and magic, and it doesn't, they're not special, they're not self-centered, they're not the center of the universe, but they are unique, and they knowing that brings them closer to the universe. One thing people miss out, unity with the universe, you have more power. The universe is infinite. It's nothing wrong with being unique, but there is a limit to uniqueness. And there's the limitless. And remember, you could always go back to the ocean. So beautiful. And then we have permanence with spirit, the bullhead. This is spirit. They are very spiritually connected. They are permanence. They've always been here. They always will be here. Okay? They were here before we realized it, and they're going to be here with us. The permanence of the spirit, the permanence of the universe. Never let your ego and unique individuality get so big that you think you're bigger than the permanence of the fucking universe. And that you're not alone, you're not special. God complex is the humility to accept that there is more than what you know. There is more than you. In the room, in the space. That is spiritual permanence. We have the dog with loyalty. Loyalty. We have another star too. So a lot of magic, a lot of protection, and the book. Knowledge and loyalty, like they have the real knowledge. They are the real bookkeepers. They are a book to be read, to be understood, to be accepted. Okay? If you don't want to accept or understand, why don't you just stay in your limitations? Stay in your black cube of mirrors until you're ready to know more than what you are. And the loyalty, they are loyal. I feel like the loyalty is protected. I feel like their loyalty is probably beyond what humans can understand on a collective scale. There are mixed people in there, but on a collective scale, no. We couldn't understand their loyalty, and I doubt that we could be loyal to them collectively. I feel like their loyalty is sacred. I feel like it's something that it's not for every human, because not every human is ready. Some of them are still in the black cube, misunderstanding everything. Okay, and then we have the elephant with family. We have a lot of water elements, so emotions and intuition. So the fish and the elephant family, and again, loyalty. Elephants are really loyal. Elephants remember. Elephants have a really strong sense of family and bond. So I feel like one of the things that came up in the movie is that in They Live, one thing we wouldn't expect is that their connection with us is like been so permanent. I feel like something has happened to human consciousness that we either can't remember or we suffer from some great amnesia. Something caused that, and it seems like a sickness because the entity that is human consciousness is so distorted, which means it's shattered. The consciousness is shattered. So you've got a lot of different voices saying different things. And it's not just on the mind thing. You're talking like mind, spirit. The spirit is like broken. Why or how that happened, I don't know. And I think it's something we don't remember. but I think the intelligent life knows. And then we have the ballet slippers, the arrow, and the bee. With the bee, I get the hive mind. Intelligent life, you know, I've seen a lot of movies. One common thing with intelligent life and alien life is the hive mind that they have. They're unison. But humans are so egotistical that they see unity as a weakness, but not understanding the self-centeredness is actually a weakness, and that's where the synthetic mind, the synthetic world has been built into. Your weaknesses, your sense of a superiority, your sense of better than, your over sense of value, the God complex that makes you self-centered. I think the ballet slippers have to do with practice, dancing, the dancing relationship between intelligent life and aliens. I mean, intelligent life and humans. And it's like, I feel like sometimes humans dance with two left feet and they think they're balanced and they're not. And the arrow is focused. What are you focused on? Like, I feel like with intelligent life, remain focused, you know, remain focused in the chaos, and not to get so sucked up in human distortion, because I kind of got that sense that I felt like humans are so fucking distorted that sometimes it makes them feel weird dealing with us. Like, I feel like our confusion can be confusing to them sometimes, and I feel like that's another reason why they consciously withdraw emotions. And I just want to say as a reminder, don't let the distortion of humans distort you, especially when you're walking from the side of truth and they're coming at you with two left feet, confused and upset. Stay focused. All right, well, that was beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed this message. This is all for Pal 2 with intelligent life, to be seen, to be courageous, to release the lies, and just kind of navigate through the fucking chaos, because it is bona fide for sure that humans won't know how to handle it. Some won't, some will be scared. So it's just to deal with that chaos. So that was beautiful. All right, and the shadows of trickery and revenge. These are defensive shadows. These intelligent life beings do not use shadows the same way humans use shadows. Humans use their shadows to blame because they're not consciously aware of what subconscious and shadows are actually for. Intelligent life uses them what they're for, to protect and defend the person. So this is not their problem. This is human distortion. And they have to navigate through our bullshit so that they can maintain the world that they've put so much work into. While humans were sleeping on potential, majority of them. And that is the truth. So I get a sense of like, fuck around and find out, with the self-centeredness and thinking that you know everything, you've got everything, and the only force that is real is 3D force. And this is from intelligent life that came here to help us. All right, and so that is our courageous, intelligent life to be seen. All right, and our last final pile is the people who are not ready. The human conscious beings who settle for their limitations, who want to stay in the synthetic world, who don't want to know beyond their comfort zones. And again, I'm sorry, I do get woe is me sometime with people who prefer to be a pattern than create something different, or follow their soul. I do doom and gloom, because you always want more for people that you love. But sometimes you have to allow people to exercise their free will. And that is a greater love sometimes. You just gotta let them go. And this was like basically reconfirming, even with They Live, it kind of, again, you can take that movie in a really dark way. It kind of leans in the way that people who are inside of the synthetic world are basically like just slaves to the system, same as the Matrix. You know, when Morpheus took Neo out, he's like, there are people who are so loyal, so dedicated to the synthetic world that they will die for it, and they'll kill you to keep you inside. And something about that is just really eerie to me, and I don't really like it. But it's like, I feel like it is okay. Like they play some type of part within the fabric of the Tree of Life. Like the material to create this synthetic world is made out of their minds. So they still play a vital role. And something about pushing someone out the door when they are not ready to accept that truth, what that does to someone spiritually and mentally and emotionally. You are already pumped up thinking that you have everything under control, you know everything. And then someone's about to introduce something new and you're not ready for it. You're either gonna fight or flight. In a sense, it's still like there's primitive energy here that hasn't been evolved. There's a lack of evolution. There's sitting on potential, but there's something about it being the literal fabric to the Tree of Life. So if it's literally the material that makes the synthetic world, without it, we might be missing something in our world. And again, it's salvaging the consciousness of humans, that even though it's distorted and fraction, that still is playing a part. This is something bigger than what I can comprehend. I don't know everything. So there's something about them playing still a significant part in some type of creation. And I think it has something to do with the synthetic world. So the ones who are not ready, the ones who just don't want it, that is okay. It is okay. Everybody got a place in this universe, and if this is where you choose, and I think part of the riddle of that, everyone has a place in the universe, and they are where they choose to be. By your will, if you choose to be this pile, then because you chose that, the universe is like, that's okay. That will make a way for you. So this is the way. So this is pile number 3. You look a little closer. 7 star sisters. 7 is very significant. Alright, so with that one, I really don't know which demon to pick. You know, the first 2 piles was easy, it like came to me. With this one, that's why I was talking so long. I was waiting for like a decision on which, and I don't know. So I'm gonna leave both of them here. I think with this pile, maybe it's kind of like, they don't play in this game of angels and demons, conscious and unconscious, because they choose the pattern. So there's no action in this. So we'll leave him like that, and we'll pull a shadow card. And you know, no action in that is okay. I need to say that to myself, because I do get doom and gloom about this. I do. And that's my ego, my problems, not yours. So let's see what calling upon our dark goddesses, mothers, queens, the space. Where's the shadow here in this energy of our 7 star sisters? Those who are not ready, who don't want to know the truth, the fabric of the flower of life. All right. Complacent. That was fast. We got Persephone. with complacency. Persephone. Remember, in this relationship and they live, it kind of fits perfectly. The intelligent life and they live, they are the alien invaders. With Persephone's situation, Hades took Persephone and put her in a relationship with him. And same concept. And she had to be complacent because Hades overpowered her. So it's the complacency you gain in that. And in a sense, it did create this split with Persephone, because Persephone kind of lives between two worlds, in hell, and I think she comes out in spring, winter and spring, and she is allowed to leave Hades, you know, during the springtime, but she comes back. And so there's a split, living in two worlds, and I feel like in this situation, it's the consciousness or the unconsciousness surrounding that, like not knowing that you do, but just because you don't know doesn't mean that's not the reality of your life. And guilt. What we don't see, Seven Star Sisters, is maybe the guilt that you feel with your comfort zone sometimes. Again, it's something that is beyond our control, because it has something to do with universal connection and the soul. And there are just some truths to the soul that the soul is, the universe is becoming aware of itself. Your soul is a part of that universe. Your spirit soul, people want to get nitpicky on the words. Just hear what I'm saying and don't get so stuck on 3D words, okay? Like, it is a law that the universe is trying to become more aware of itself. So that means your soul is trying to communicate to you what it wants. The universe wants to be limitless. It is. By force. You cannot stop it. You cannot control it. It is uncontrollable. And so is the soul. As the soul, so the universe. But when the universe and the soul is trying to send you messages, hey, I want more, when it gives you living in two split realities, and sometimes you see the other side, you know that there's more to this world than what you accept. There's guilt to that. There's numbing to that. There's pushing it away. And what you're really pushing away is your soul trying to wake you up. But that's okay if you choose not to. The universe is aware of everything that you do because it is you. So that is our shadow. And now we're going to find the pain in Persephone's compliance. It seems like a lot of this is very unconscious action, based off of patterns, and I feel like even if you choose not to know more, you still have ancestors, guardians, guides, and spirits that protect and guard you. It can leave you open to manipulation, but they're there whether you know it or not. Like how Persephone still goes back to Hades, whether or not she knows it or not. Alright. That was dependency that came out. Okay, that's too much. They're all falling on the floor. We have envy, betrayal. Oh no. I feel like feeling like we've been betrayed by God. And it's like, really? Because do you really even understand what God is? I think it's like literalizing God too much, like misunderstanding divinity. I feel like the betrayal is your misunderstanding. You may feel it, but it's like you weren't ready for the truth, and we can't just push you out a door you're not ready. So we have to find a way in And there's a reason, there's an urgency behind intelligent life doing this. I don't know, sometimes it feels like a split between because they wanted to utilize that untapped potential, but also I feel like it's a call towards the family side, like seeing your family be distorted like that or confused. Something happened. I just don't know. There's something there. I keep scratching at it, and I really don't have an answer for why humans are like this and why the synthetic world had to be built into us because we're sick. So there's a lot of confusion behind who to blame. And again, this group could lean more into the narcissist energy with being reactive instead of responsive, reacting out of fight or flight, of fear of what you don't understand and hating what you fear. And you're looking for someone to blame, but I really feel like there's no one to blame if you weren't ready for it. But it's an unfathomable truth that you can't just stay in this idea forever because there's other intelligent life. So did we get lucky that they found us and not someone else? Dependency. It's the dependency, I feel like, on the system, the comfort zones. You know, I feel like there's something about when you choose not to know things and choose your pattern, you're kind of like going on autopilot. And you depend on these patterns to dictate your life, to choose where you'll go. You don't really choose your path, you kind of go where you're told. You kind of fit in where they put you in, and you never question it. And it's like a dependency on not asking the question, staying compliant, staying docile, playing your role, staying in the box, and utilizing what the box feeds you to keep you where you're comfortable. It's depending on that, on a system that really doesn't serve your limitless potential. And there's guilt. I feel like there's like a knowing that you're doing that, and just not changing it. Suppression, rejection, and envy. So I feel like the envy comes in where in which one? In pile number 1, with the people who were ready, envy came out there too. And remember, I was talking about the atheists inside of the matrix, inside of the synthetic world, who will defend the system, and they will kill themselves or you to keep the system intact. And there's envy associated with wanting more but not asking the questions to get it, or not understanding the more that you seek is always within you, and that you don't have to take it from any outside source. And this is a confusion. This is a very confusion demon. One of the 7 deadly sins, the 7 gates to hell, is Leviathan, which is this part of the 7 sisters. It's envy is part of the holes within water and earth, and water and air, and our mind and how we feel, that feed these demonic gateways that are basically part of the synthetic world, that feeds your envy. So you're acting out of envy but not understanding the riddle. That's why we have 7 kings, 7 gates, and 7 sins. It's a filter. It's like a filtering system. But if you don't understand the gate, the king, the sin, which is just a mechanism of your mind, you won't pass through the gate. That's a riddle. It's part of it. And then the rejection related to, I feel like the fear related to change with the discernment. When you start asking questions, that means you're going to start bringing up judgment. The God in you is going to wake up and start questioning the people around you, the systems that you've accepted as truth. And judgment is just another way of saying self-reflecting on your fucking choices that have put you wherever you are in this moment right now as you sit here and listen, or whatever you're doing. Self-reflection, judgment. God's judgment is, how did you get here? What did you do? And judgment is not about blaming. It's really rejecting the things that you thought were true. It's your choice. And when you first make that choice, the synthetic world is going to respond. And I'm telling you, the synthetic world is built to keep you in. So any resistance, like the finger trap, is going to pull you in more. So it's not about blaming. It's about reflecting in and making your choices wisely. Then you start feeling like the intelligent life, right? Like, how are they going to deal with this truth? They're going to be shooting daggers at me. Or do you act like a primitive animal, or do you act intelligently? When you start accepting your God power, starts coming God responsibilities, choices, self-reflection. And it's not about being the center of the world and blaming other people. It's about responsibility and accountability of your choices that keep you in a space that is a lie, a cage from your freedom. Suppressed. Rejecting the suppression and the dependency on the suppression that keeps you in a fucking cage. And I feel like there's heavy energy, guilt. It's like too heavy. And it's okay. A lot of the times when people choose God, they're like, this weight is too hard for me to carry. Take it. And you are just giving it to these patterns that are made, that filter them. But it's okay. I feel like it's really heavy. I feel like it's too much for someone to bear, to do this consciously. And again, remember, Persephone lives in two worlds. And she always has to return to Hades. She has to. So you always have to return to this truth that is too heavy to bear. So let's draw a picture, will we? Unfinished business, no contact. It's like a spirit realm that you just don't want to know exists. It's relationships with things outside of human that you just don't want to deal with. You don't want to deal with it, but it's still there. It's right next to you. It's everywhere. You can't escape it. And that is the guilt. You know it to be true. And it's okay to be Persephone. I feel like it's okay with being in between two worlds and not feeling bad about it. Alright, this one, okay, no contact wanted to come out again. It's really just, you just don't want to know. Like, I definitely felt like when I was doing the reading for They Live, a lot of the energy from human consciousness distorted, but I would say a lot of it was kind of like just, humans just don't know. Like, they really just don't, there's a big more of them that just don't know. Like, there's just oblivion to it. And it's like, they just don't know. But it's like there's other energies in the space that do know. They know that you don't know, and they know what they are, and they know that there's more of them around you, and you just live in this weird space where you just don't talk about it, but you feel it energetically. And it was like I said, it was a silent conversation that we were always needing to have, because you just don't know. It's just not something that you know to exist. So, but you still feel the energetic influence. And it's like that is what's feeding the relationship. You're still being affected by them even though you don't believe in them. And it's like willingness, a choice to no contact at all. I don't want to know what's on the other side of this fucking veil. All right, I don't care. I am going to pretend it's not there. And it's in your room. Imagine you're in the room and the walls are transparent and there's like shadows walking behind them all the time. Everywhere you go, it's like that. And it's like, I just don't want to know. You're just walking around minding your business, not knowing that they're there, but they know you're there. Isn't that scary? And their energy is still affecting you. We have read between the lines. Remember I said Persephone lives between two worlds? There's a line keeping the boundaries. There's a veil keeping you in this illusion that you're in your house minding your business, you're at work, you're at the grocery store, you're in your car, you're just doing your own thing. But there's a thin veil that keeps you separate from these other beings, this other reality. That guy in the car next to you. That guy also picking out the best tomato. It's there, but you just don't see it. There's renewed hope and inspiration. So I feel like this is to really temper the fear. There's a lot of gold in these cards, right? These cards look... There's gold in read between the lines. This one's kind of gray. So I feel like sometimes the ones who are not ready, they kind of live in this white and black world. There's this movie where it was like with Tobey Maguire and Reese Witherspoon, and they were in a colored world, right? And they got sucked into this television, which was like a white and black movie. And because they were outside, basically extraterrestrial to this black and white movie, they started doing things that in the movie they don't normally do, and they were bringing color into the world. And I feel like, in a sense, the ones that choose the synthetic world live in a colorless world, but by choice. But there's a veil. When you lift it, there is more color, there's more gold, there's more to know. And it's funny because it's read between the lines. The color is right on the other side of that, you know? And it's not to scare you, it's to let you know that there is more. I think we're so busy looking for God and presuming and assuming what God is going to look like. This is beyond human. This is God. The universe is God. Whatever it is that you're searching for, a god, a goddess, a force that is beyond your existence, beyond your 3D, beyond this white and black reality. Maybe what you see it in your mind to be, based off of your black and white world, is not really the color that it is. It's not really what it appears, because you've never seen it. So you don't know what it looks like. So you can't assume what it will be. Intelligent life is that connection beyond human. They are a gatekeeper, a gateway to the universe. God, your unique individuality is okay, but it does keep you from God. It keeps you as yourself. It keeps you as whatever the vessel is that you choose to be, whatever mask you choose to wear. It keeps you at that. It keeps you at what you know. But God is infinite. It's everything. It's connection. It's beyond unique. So it's supposed to be an inspiration, to pull inspiration from the things that you don't know, but it's okay just to be inspired, to add a little color to your world. It is okay. It's like letting you know it's nothing to be afraid. I feel like there's fear associated with it, and it's like, I'm in my box, I'm in my synthetic world. You're telling me I gotta step out into fucking space? What the fuck, man? I'm not ready for that. Okay, I gotta go to work tomorrow. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, that's fine. It's not to like cause anxiety. It's not to make you afraid. It's not to make life harder. It's not to make it a burden to bear. It's just to inspire you. God is meant to inspire. God is creation. He's the thing, it's a force that makes you do things, unusual things, art, I don't know, and it's what feeds your soul. Because the synthetic world is black and white, it's not real. So it's not meant to feed your soul, it's meant to feed your comfort zones. And to an extent, your comfort zones are an illusion. The universe is not infinitely comfortable. So that is beautiful. And let's go ahead and do our Octarian Alien Guardian Guides cards for these humans who are just like, I want my comfort zones, thank you. I can see you scratching at my walls. I see the guy looking at the potato. I thought he looked weird, but I ain't say nothing. I'm minding my business. Okay? You don't bother me, I don't bother you. And that's okay. Alright, Octarian Alien Guardians and Guides. Oh my god, I think I know the one that we're gonna get. It is so beautiful. Oh my god, look! I just wanna... It's just love. It's like, okay, the intelligent life, just because you don't know that they exist, just because you're oblivious to them, does not mean that they're oblivious to you. And it's like, I feel like it's so comfortable because sometimes it's people who just, they don't know. It's just not their reality. They don't want to know certain things. They don't play in certain things. And sometimes it's actually the synthetic world. You can be in systems like, I don't know, religions or groups or whatever, and it's like, it is a limiting thing, but then in there somehow you still find inspiration. You find it's okay. It's like, it is okay. Everybody is where they're supposed to be. So the Octarians actually showed up, and they're here. It's a protective shield around them, and they're just observing your progress. If anything, just making sure you're okay, not suffering too much. All right? A good amount of pain is good for growth. It's not out of cruelty. It's just, they know things about pain and love and energies and frequencies and all this other stuff that we don't understand, so they're just monitoring the situation. If they made the synthetic world, don't you think they would monitor it to make sure everything is working properly? So it's wisdom keepers, concern, feeling safe is here. Feeling safe. It's like they want you to know it is okay to choose whatever you choose, and just know we're still here watching out, making sure you're okay. Everything's good. How's work? You know? Did you like Susan's new jacket? Who won the game? You know, like, they made it for us to be comfortable. It's not cruelty. And then we have Star Seed, Self, Memories, Identity. This is for the one, you know that you live between two worlds. And it's like, you have a purpose just like everybody else. Human consciousness is precious. And just, it's still precious even if it's distorted, even if it's fractioned. Even if you have a fraction mind. Your power is untapped. It's still important. That's why the intelligent life is here. We are still important even though we choose our comfort zones. We are still star seeds even though we choose our comfort zone. We are still a human consciousness. We are just as much of an alien being as any other being that meets us in space. We're just a little bit different and a little distorted. And it's like, I think the point of this is just finding yourself, being on your path. And as long as you're exercising your will in a way that keeps you in alignment with your path, you're always going to be guided. And it's like, when you start feeling a lost sense of self, that means you're losing sight of like your soul path. And this is when these guides, these other weird things on the other side of the veil that you don't want to pay attention to, they start coming in a little more to like help you out. And you can call it God, you can call it ancestors, you can call it whatever you want to call it. That is something beyond you that you're not really into, but you've seen it work. Miracles, whatever you want to call it. They just want you to know yourself and just be happy, create, you know. We don't want you here to suffer, but often we choose to suffer. So they made the synthetic world to help us reflect as best as possible. If you choose not to and you just want to be comfortable, that's fine. But they're there. They're monitoring everything. So that was beautiful. Thank you, my alien, Octarian, guardians, guides, ancestors, for that message for pal number 3 with our 7-star sisters. Now we're going to do charms and we're going to call it. We have 5 with the bag, with purse and conflict, baggage. Bag lady, you gon' hurt your bag. Carrying all those bags like that. And no one ever told you. What you must hold on to is you, is you, is you. All you really need to hold on to is yourself. Your identity. What makes you happy? If you want to make the synthetic world as simple as to understand, what makes you happy? Not what makes you egotistical. What makes you happy? What brings you peace? You know, the simplest form. What makes you feel good? Like really good. Not like your ego or your issues that you're not dealing with, your bags. Like, what makes you put the bags down? Do more of that. We have fearless and faith and believe. Okay, so the have faith, the atheism with people inside of the synthetic world, inside of the matrix, is there to keep you not knowing. But it's like, whatever you have faith in, hold on. Faith is a good thing. Faith is the hope. If long as it, you know, something that helps you put your bags down at the end of the day, you know, and it helps you, I don't know, put your bags down maybe at the beginning of the day. Whatever helps you put your bags down, have faith in those things. Because carrying the bags means you are going the wrong way within the black cube, within the wall of mirrors. Be fearless in knowing that you live between 2 worlds, and it's okay to choose whichever one you choose. Be fearless in your choices. Have faith in your choices, that you're doing things that helps you put your bags down. And believe in this faith that you have, whatever it is that helps you keep going. You know, believing in that, or working on what you believe, or like, you know, just maybe, I don't know, something about maybe observing what you believe and just being okay with it, not judging it, not feeling guilty that, you know, I choose to put my faith in another force because I can't handle all this shit. You know, belief is utilizing these elements in a way that helps you put your bags down, I feel like, and helps you put your bags down and helps you keep going. The faith, the fearlessness, and belief. There's something about the things that you can't see. It's not just the 3D, it's not just the earth element. You've got air, your mind, fire, what you choose, water, what you feel, and fucking spirit. You know, the thing that you definitely cannot see. There's 4 elements that are like, you can't see. So faith and believe, things you can't see, invest some time into theirs. We have the angel wing, we have the bird, more wings. The tree of life is something about the flower of life, and how those who choose the synthetic world, they are like either the literal fabric of the tree of life, they are necessary. They have a place, they have a position, and whether you know it or not, you do live in between 2 worlds. And depending if you choose the synthetic world, you still play a part in both. We have soccer ball with, like, I think playing games. We have 2 dolphins, family again, spirit family, love, and they're touching each other, so you're still connected. You still have a soul, whether or not you believe it or not. We have cat, a fawn, which is like a baby. It's young, spiritually young. I feel like a young soul, just not knowing, naive, and it's okay. It's still protected. We have stars here. We have birds. We have lots of birds flying. So really utilizing the mind. More dolphins. So family again, and playing. And it's like if you're in this synthetic world, just play. And we have the American fucking flag. I think America is significant. I think on as far as human systems go in this connection with intelligent life. America is significant in that, and I feel like there's pride to be had. I know some people feel some type of way about America and all that other stuff, but it's like read between the lines. And remember, like, a lot of the videos and pictures surrounding They Live is very American. That's why I picked the American flag one. There's something there. I am not here to say anything, but read between the lines and the importance of America. And I know some people feel some type of way. That's for you to filter out and figure out for yourself. I'm not your therapist. But when you know, and just read between the lines. Independence, freedom, and choice, and the pursuit of happiness. Not the promise of happiness. It's pursuing things that make you happy. You have to choose it. Choose the things that make you put those bags down and what you're anchoring into. A lot of aquatic life here. So, and a flower again, flower of life. Flower came up in, I think, the alien pile. You are connected to them. The flower of life. It's just nature. You can't get around it. We have the leaf turning a new leaf, a cat. All right, so really beautiful message. Thank you everyone for joining in. I loved this reading. I loved the whole thing. The PickACard was beautiful. The channeled message with They Live was beautiful. It was just not what I expected. It really wasn't. And sometimes I don't be expecting anything, but then I'll be like fucking bamboozled by the message. It's like, what? And this was a beautiful message, I feel like, for everyone. And so, again, with our demon cards down here, that I didn't feel anything regarding which one belongs to this group. And I think it's like, these are the mysteries and systems that when you choose to put these things on autopilot, there are systems in place to keep them going. So intelligent life, when they came here, they created a synthetic world to utilize our untapped potential. That's where that energy is going. So Persephone with compliance. Understand you live in 2 worlds. You come out in spring, you go back in winter. You always have to return to Hades. He's the one who overpowered you and pulled you into hell. So, pulled you into this relationship, intelligent life. And your compliance with that system, consciously or unconsciously. And the guilt associated with it is just really just be okay with the fact that intelligent life is not something you can ever get away from. It's literally in your DNA, your veins, the very fabric, your stardust. You are a star seed, whether or not you'd rather just be a 9-to-5 worker bee. You know, you don't have to go beyond your limits. It is okay. You live between 2 worlds. There are systems made for you to leave when you're ready. And maybe this whole system is just for our growth. So there's no race. There's no guilt. And I feel like even people on the other side who were leaving and walking through portals, in intelligent life who may see you as cattle, or you as choosing to be a slave, understand that's our ego. And that's not really the truth of this thing, because the bigger picture in the channeled message of They Live was not to point the finger of intelligent life or humans, but to understand the relationship has been forged. It's how we contribute to the dynamic, how we dance together in this relationship. This is beyond our egos, beyond what we know. This is the universe saying this relationship is more important than your issues and your issues. The relationship is teaching you something about each other. So this message is just to really address the guilt and understand that you're right where you're supposed to be based off of your choices. Because you did the one thing that you were given freedom to do, which is to choose. So that is beautiful, and our beautiful 7 star sisters. It says, birthing creations, tapestry of life, expression. I feel like you guys are the canvas. You guys are the canvas that we draw on. You could be the paint, the brush. You are important. Without you, there's no tapestry. No matter how distorted, suffering, confused, lost that you are, your untapped potential is utilized. It's necessary. And if it wasn't, we wouldn't be in this relationship, right? With intelligent life, with the universe. You wouldn't exist if you weren't important. But importance doesn't mean the center of the universe. But if you choose to be the center of the universe, the synthetic life is going to respond accordingly to what your choices are. So create and express yourself. That helps you put your bags down and keep going. All right, so that was beautiful, and thank you all for joining in. I had a lot of fun with They Live. Just one more time, discernment and atheism, revelation and cowardly action. Okay, so yeah, beautiful, beautiful. So thank you so much for joining in. I hope you enjoyed the PickACard for They Live, the relationship between intelligent life and human life. These messages come when you get them, and I hit the like button, and thank you so much. All right, bye.
Included just from thinking about it, but it seems to me that I mean, they've been seen, observed. There've been sightings for all, before I was born.
Had you heard of the Betty and Barney Hill story before you were abducted?